Good day, my dear viewers. So, I shall continue my part two, why we worship different gods, within apostrophe gods, in Hinduism. So, to continue, so we have different doctors, different educational levels, different education patterns, different educations: physics, chemistry, medicine, mathematics, zoology, biology, computer science. Why can't we choose only one education? Anything which benefits us should be of variety. Benefits us morally, legally, and justifiably should have variety. That's what I want to emphasize. We have a different sickness. One is diabetic, the other has tuberculosis. Some have cancer. Some have liver problems. Some have COVID problems. Why? And for this, there are all different medicines. Why we can't have just one medicine, a common medicine for all, whether you are diabetic, whether a person is has tuberculosis or jaundice or cancer? Why we don't have just one medicine? Why we have different medicines and at different doses? You see, these all very clearly explain the laws of nature. You have to have different forces of nature at different potentialities and different powers, from small power to big powers, for you to carry out a comfortable journey of your body. You are going to live for about, say, maximum Shatamanam Bhavatu, 100 years, okay. Till such time, you like to be happy, you like to have a Arogya Shariram, intelligent Shariram, without any dukkha. दुखम न कामयेत जनाः. They don't want dukkha. So the fundamental thing is, you have differences. You approach different powers at different potentiality levels at different times for different reasons. When you can have so many powers for so many varieties of vyavaharas that happen in our life, why can't we have, why can't we worship different forces of nature? Are we not worshipping different forces of nature? Are we not going to different doctors, different medicines, different schools, different educations, different levels? I'll tell you one simple example. I had a sore throat when I was young. And tomorrow and day after 3 days continuous exams. Sore throat. It was, I was having fever because of sore throat. So I had to go to the only the next door MBBS ordinary doctor who has passed out his bachelor's degree in medicine, and he gave me a medicine, an antibiotic and a painkiller probably, and I had it finished. I was fine. I was as normal as ever, and I continued. That's all. I could have gone to the best hospital in this world for the treatment. The Paramatma I could have gone. But I didn't go to a Paramatma. I went to an ordinary idol, a Vigraha, and worshipped there and prayed there, and went to the doctor and respected him and prayed to him that I have a sickness, please cure me. He gave the medicine, I got cured. Why did not I go to the biggest Paramatma, to the biggest singular God, and pray? Or to the biggest doctor in this world and go for this treatment? Is it possible for me to leave my place and fly out, and I will come back after my exams are over? Is it practical? Sir, we have to have respect to different animals also. That's why we prefer vegetarianism. Don't kill an animal for your food. Is it not required? There are different stages of life. They are all on the higher stages, somewhere equal to man. They cry. They know that you are going to kill them for their food. See, that is why we say Aham Brahmasmi, means God lives in me. That is why we say Matru Devo Bhava, worship your mother. It's a metaphor. I know that my mother does not have the power of Mahavishnu. She cannot create universes. I know that. She cannot even create food. But she will serve me food with love and affection. It is a metaphor when I say Matru Devo Bhava. Now you are criticizing me. People of other faiths are criticizing me. I am worshipping my mother. These Hindus worship their mother, worship their father. They laugh. Do they understand the semantics, the beauty of the philosophy that is bestowed and imbued in Hindu faith and Sanatana Dharma? We say Acharya Devo Bhava, next Atithi, guest Devo Bhava, means you Respect them as deva. You keep them as your deva. That's all. Devo bhava. Put them in the deva's place means a supernatural divine being. No, if you want to say that we worship trees, yes, now you are telling of environmental problems. Don't cut trees. So we trained our tribals, we trained different segments of society in Hindu society in India to worship a tree. So that he worships, he offers flowers to the tree, he garlands the tree and he shows karpura. That means he would not cut the tree. The person who is in the forest area or the lower level of persons who are not that educated, how would you train them? See, if you start criticizing and ridiculing, there cannot be a philosophy. I am prepared to debate with any person at any level, quoting verses and verses from any other faith and from my faith to justify the viewpoints that is prevalent in Hinduism. See, why I am telling you, why we have in different levels. Suppose I can worship wind. If you get yourself attracted to wind, you concentrate on the or rain. Varshati eva varshayati says in Chandogya Upanishad. If you concentrate, it will cause rain only. Because the power of concentrations, we all are interconnected. That's what the famous physicists now say. We are all at the quantum level. Every one of us are interconnected. Every one of us are interconnected. See, in Ramayana, Rama, everybody would think that the what we say is anil, the squirrel. What's the size of a squirrel? Hardly about say 6-7 inches long. And what power it has? Nothing weak. It's weak, but it has love. So it appears that it took pebbles, small sand, and put it in the sea to help Rama. Rama does not require its help, but see the symbolic. That squirrel also helps Rama. Rama was so kind to everybody. Is an incarnation of Mahavishnu, that even the squirrel helped. The tribals, the monkey, the tribals were there in Sabari Hills and all. They were all tribals. Harijans, if you want to put. Faced like a monkeys. There were pygmies in Africa. In India also we had tribals. You must be knowing that. King Rama made friends with them. He embraced them. See, they help there under. That is why, even at the smallest level, if you have friends and if you start worshipping, means if you start loving. Here, worship here means loving. That is all in Hinduism. Don't put the correct word. Worshipping means it is like worshipping the Paramatma. Absolutely not. It is worshipping the Almighty God. God is God. The word God is in English. The word Allah is in Aramaic. The word Bhagavan is in Sanskritam. The word Daivam is in Tamil. We have different words in different languages, all go to the same level. As I told you, Akashat Patitam Toyam Yatha Gacchati Sagaram. So, Yatha Akashat Patitam Toyam Pratigacchati Sagaram Tatha Eva Sarvadeva Namaskaraha Keshavam Pratigacchati. Simple, I told you. Therefore, anything, whatever it is we have in Hinduism, we have different words. The world has. Every religion is good in its own way, but the people of other faith, when they start criticizing my faith, I don't accept it. I don't accept it. See, why the smallest power? I will give you one practically a modern example. Suppose you are having a 2000 rupee note. You are driving your car in Rajasthan desert or in Arabian desert or in Egyptian desert. Full desert, say 400, 500 miles. After driving for 30, 40 or 50, 100 miles, you are tremendously thirsty. And there is only one shop in the desert which sells a chilled water and he says 50 rupees. So you take your 2000 rupee note or whatever 500 rupee note and give it to him. He says he has no change. You are prepared to forgo the change because you want water, but you also have to put gas. The gas, that is a petrol in your car. And the petrol pump, the fuel tank, the fuel station is available after 300 miles. So up to that you have to go, and from that you have to fill the tank so as to cross the desert and go safely into a city. So you can't afford to lose your change here for the sake of water, because you will get stuck at the petrol pump. You will have no money. So there, that 50 bucks is important for you because you are so thirsty. The 1000 bucks is not important so much for you there. If you had 50 bucks, the matter is solved for you. See, that is why different stages, different potentialities, different levels of powers are required for humanity to take their journey of their own body comfortably and safely for a period of, say, 90 or 100 years. You have to have sukha. You cannot bear dukkha. Everybody. Therefore, for that, the old Vedas structured, and then only came Mahavishnu, Shiva, and all the other forms for a higher level, because Shiva's Rudra Tandava, wherein fridge of Capra, the chairman of LHC, Large Hadron Collider, he was sitting on the beaches of California. He writes, you go and see the Tao of Physics. He saw that the swirling universe is nothing but the dance of Lord Shiva. We say the cosmic dance. What dance and destructions happen? Antimatter and matter. When the Big Bang was there, both were there. Antimatter was there and matter was there, and antimatter annihilated the matter. But finally, remnants of matter happened, is there, and that is what we see 4% in the universe. This matter and the light, the energy and the matter. There are the dark energy and the dark matter. 73% is dark energy, 23% is dark matter, 96% is still there. But 4%, the visible universe, whatever you see, is there, because the antimatter annihilated most of the matter, but before it could annihilate completely, it got annihilated completely by matter. So there is the dance of these galaxies, the Rudra Dandava of these galaxies happen. Because these galaxies swirl, whether it is Milky Way galaxy or Andromeda galaxy or the NASA or ISRO scientists call with numbers, galaxies, 100 billion of galaxies are there, which is equivalent to about 10,000 crores of galaxies, and each galaxy having about 10,000 to 40,000 crore of suns like us, and each sun having its own solar system. It's unimaginable. But these galaxies are not stagnant. They swirl. They move. They move like the dance of Lord Shiva. The Rudra Thandava, annihilating each other. They will be annihilating each other. The Andromeda galaxy will annihilate our Milky Way after some millions of years. And both of them will form together as one galaxy. So that is the cosmic depth of revelation by the Hindu philosophy. Why they call as Rudra Thandava and why they call Lord Shiva as Lord of destruction. Destruction happened at the Big Bang. It is to signify that. And he, through his destruction, controls. Mahavishnu protects. Otherwise, everything would have been annihilated now. We would not be here in this universe. You see, if you go into the deep philosophies of Hinduism, it is absolutely marvelous. We have the singular God, the Allah we have, the God, the only true God is what? Paramatma. He is impartial. He is impartial, and then he is total love. But if you out of your free will want to do something bad, you have to pay for your sins. That is your prarabdha karma. What happens? Your father sits, but you are drinking alcohol. You will say, don't do that. You know that you should not do that, but you're drinking. Then what he can do? So whatever it is, that is the dukkha that boy gets. Is it not? So, God himself, the Paramatma, is a state of intelligence, says our Bhagavad Pada Shankaracharya, whereas it is a state, says Buddha, a state of unborn, uncreated and unmanifested. And if there is no such state of unborn, uncreated and unmanifested, there is no escape for the born, the created, the manifested. Buddha's views are slightly different, but Shankaracharya Bhagavad Pada says that state has intelligence. He is the God. He is the Parameshwara who has merged himself with everywhere. You have God in you. I have God in you. That's why I am saying, Aham Brahmasmi, Asavadityo Brahma, Brahmaiva Aham Asmi. What you call and argue as a God, that Brahma is Aham, I am also. Because God has to be in me also. He cannot be out of me. He has to be in the form of the entire universe. He cannot have a separate heaven. Then he does not become infinite, all-powerful, all-pervading. I can define him with a computer. What is his length and breadth of whatever it is. I can find the mass of this Milky Way universe through light, through gravity. Calculations are very simple nowadays. Therefore, why we worship several gods? This is the fundamental aspect. We have different levels of forces of energy. God is Paramatma and others are called as the Devas. As you have 32 GPS and communication satellites, Navagrahas, like your weather communications, your ocean communication, whatever it is, satellites you have, we have navagrahas. It is in a simplified way, and if you concentrate on them, definitely it is going to, I am telling you with guarantee, it is going to help you. Anything will help you. Even your own cat will help you if you move with it out of love and feed it and worship it. Worship it means show love on, shower love on that, raise it properly without hurting its feelings. And that is the beauty in Hinduism we have. The more of it I shall continue. This is end of part 2. Until such time, Bhuyat Tavat Shubha Mangalam. Thank you.